Thank you so much for joining me for another testimonial interview. If you don't mind, go ahead, introduce yourself, say your name, your age, and how you found Happy Healthy.
Hello, my name is Barbara King. I am 55 years old, and I found Happy Healthy Thin. A friend of mine recommended it to me, and she sent me the link for the podcast. And so then I listened to all the podcast episodes, and I was like, yes, yes, that's me, yes. And um, and then I did the Healthy Thin challenge on Facebook, and I was just sold right away.
That is amazing. I know I've listened to all the podcast episodes as well, and I'm just, they're so interesting to listen to. Blown away every time at all the new information that's on there. So that is awesome. So next, I would love for you to describe your journey from before finding Happy Healthy to doing the H2 Thin program, and then where you are now.
Okay, so I've kind of struggled with my weight off and on since I was 30, but really since I had my children. I was in my mid 30s when I had my three kids, and really struggled since then. And I've tried different things. I've tried, working out and watching what I eat. I've tried Herbalife, Weight Watchers, Noom. I've tried various gyms with really intense workouts and everything. And just like they say in the podcast, it's like I would lose some weight and then I'd gain it all back and then some. And, so I've just been kind of yo-yoing back and forth for the last 15, 20 years. And then when I found Happy Healthy Thin, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it just really spoke to me. And so I finished one round of the program. I'm getting ready to start my second round on Saturday. And with just one round, I lost 25 pounds. My blood pressure, which was high, and they wanted to put me on medication for, which I was like, no, I don't, no, won't want to be on medication. And so that's down to normal. I am sleeping better. My skin feels better. I have more energy during the day. My hair feels better. I feel like I'm moving better. I was having a little bit of plantar fasciitis, and that is gone. I was having a stuffy nose all the time. I thought there was something in the air with allergies, and that is gone. So I can tell that there is way much less inflammation on my body on top of the weight loss. It's amazing.
That is absolutely fantastic. I know I can totally relate to you as well. Personally, I've also struggled with plantar fasciitis, and by doing the program, I mean that decrease in inflammation is huge. And
Hmm.
that's the beauty about Happy Healthy. It's not a weight loss program, it's a metabolic healing program, and weight loss is just one of those positive side effects. So that is wonderful. Next, I would love for you to talk about your biggest victories that have come from the program and really specify about the non-weight related victories, your the ones that really stand out to you the most.
Yeah, but the biggest thing for me, is like before I did all these weight loss things and everything because it was about, oh, I'm overweight and I don't feel like I look good. And so I wanted to lose weight to look good. And now it's like, okay, it's no longer about that. This is about my health. And when they told me that I had high blood pressure, I was just like, what? Because I've had low blood pressure all of my life. And so for them to tell me that I had high blood pressure, oh, here, take this medicine, I was like, no. And then I got a new doctor, and she was like, yeah, absolutely. If you want to do diet instead of medication, I'm all for that. And then a couple of weeks after I talked to her, I found Happy Healthy Thin. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the answer to my prayers. And so, like you were saying, the weight loss is great, but to me, that's secondary to the health benefits that I've gotten.
Yeah, that is amazing to hear. Getting yourself out of that medical traps sometimes. And it takes hard work, but you clearly, put in that hard work and reaped so many benefits. And so my last question for you is, do you have any specific words of wisdom for those who are about to go through the H2 Thin weight loss challenge?
I just really enjoyed how specific everything was and that everything is laid out in the plan and you've got the journal to write things down. So definitely, like they say, read the entire thing at least twice. I probably read through it 3 times because there are a lot of steps to remember. And it is a little bit, at first, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, how am I going to remember all of this? And the first week, like I heard from the Facebook group, was the most difficult. That's when I was, my body was kind of detoxing. I've been very addicted to sugar all of my life. And so that first week was a big adjustment. The second week was much easier. And then after that, it was just kind of like, oh, this is, no problem. I can do this, and like they say, it's only for 5 weeks and I can do anything for 5 weeks. And so I do wish that I didn't get a Renfo scale until I was about 2 weeks into round one. And I wish I would have gotten that before I started the program. That's information that you get from that is amazing. So I'm glad I have it now. And so I can have it to compare for when I do round two starting Saturday.
Yeah, that is amazing. I wanted to thank you again, Barbara, for coming on and sharing your story. I know that you probably inspired a lot of people out there to, take that jump and do the H2 Thin program. So I wanted to just give you a big thank you once again.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm so glad to have this program. And I really thank you guys and Dr. Rob and Dr. Randy.